Hello everyone. Today's class looks at comparative and superlative adjectives. Comparative words compare two things. The two basic ways to compare are using as, blank, as, or than. When comparing with as, the adjective does not change. She is twice as old as her sister. This car is as big as my kitchen. Russian is not as difficult as Chinese. When comparing with than, some changes are necessary depending on the number of syllables the adjective has. She's older than her sister. This car is bigger than my kitchen. Chinese is more difficult than Russian. For single-syllable adjectives, add er to the adjective. If the word ends consonant-vowel consonant, then the last consonant is usually doubled in the comparative. For example, big becomes bigger, slim becomes slimmer, and hot becomes hotter. For adjectives with two syllables ending in y, change the y to IER. She's looking happier today. This grammar topic is easier than the last one. Why is everyone else luckier than me? Do not confuse adjectives and adverbs. Two-syllable adverbs ending in y must be compared with the word more. For example, I drive more quickly than my brother, not quicklier. For adjectives with three or more syllables, use more with the unchanged adjective. Russian grammar is more difficult than English grammar. My brother is more intelligent than me. I find math lessons more enjoyable than science lessons. Use these modifiers with comparative structures to show different degrees of certainty. To show a large difference, use words like far, a lot, considerably, much, or way. Mario is way taller than me. To show a moderate difference, use somehow or noticeably. I have a noticeably smaller apartment. For a small difference, use modifiers like a little, a tiny bit, or slightly. Lisa is slightly smaller than me. And when comparing using as, for a large difference, use nowhere near, definitely not, or not nearly. Rachel is nowhere near as tall as me. For a small difference, use almost or nearly. You're almost as good as Craig. If there is no difference, use just. I am just as smart as you are. In the superlative, you talk about one thing only and how it is the best or worst and so on. You do not compare two things. The following guidelines apply to the superlative. Add est to single-syllable adjectives plus the. My sister is the tallest in our family. Yesterday was the coldest day of the year so far. If the word ends consonant-vowel consonant, then the last consonant is usually doubled in the superlative, similar to with the comparative. So big becomes biggest, Slim becomes slimmest, and hot becomes hottest. Change the Y to IEST plus the for adjectives with two syllables ending in Y. The richest people are not always the happiest. Which do you think is the easiest language to learn? She's the luckiest person I know. Use the most with the unchanged adjective of 3 or more syllables. Some people think Russian is the most difficult language. Albert Einstein was the most intelligent person in history. My most enjoyable class is English. Notice that the last example shows that the article the can be replaced by a possessive determiner. Two common, irregular comparative superlative forms are with the words good and bad. So good becomes better and the best, and with bad we use worse and the worst. For the comparative and superlative of most adverbs, add er or est to one-syllable adverbs. I can run faster than you. I can run the fastest in my class. She works harder than me. She works the hardest of all the students. For other adverbs, use more or the most. She ran more quickly than me. Of all the students, she ran the most quickly. Complete the table with the correct comparatives and superlatives. Choose the correct comparative for each adjective. For example, big becomes bigger. And that brings us to the end of today's class. For more information on our one-to-one classes with a native speaking teacher, visit speakeasy1to1.com. Thanks for watching.